I guarantee you are going to find some heat that no one has. You're gonna find it at a reasonable price. I'm talking New Balance, Saucony's, Vans, Converse. So at the expense of sounding like a boomer, I feel like I need to go on a little bit of a rant about the current state of buying sneakers, or the current state of the sneaker game. I hate it a lot. I've been collecting sneakers for well over 12, 13 years now. Back then, you know, I'm not gonna say it was easier to get sneakers, but it felt fairer. You would either stand in line, either the night before or before the store opens, you know, Foot Locker, Foot Action, Finish Line, wherever, or your fellow sneaker boutiques in your area. Or you would get your ass online. They would tell you, hey, this sneaker drops at this time. If you were first, you got it. If you weren't, better luck next time. I'm not gonna front like it wasn't frustrating. I'm not gonna front like, you know, there were some times where you feel like you got cheated. But for the most part, you do feel like you had a fairer shot at a sneaker than you do now. I get it. Bots have ruined everything. Bots have essentially monopolized the sneaker, the sneaker buying process, and no one else can really get in and feel like they have a good shot. And I get, you know, raffles and other precautions are put into place in order to help combat bots and so on and scalpers, but man, I do not feel like I'm getting as fair a shot at getting a sneaker as I did when it was, you either knew the boutiques, you know, it was kind of a more than just knowledge. You knew the who's who. So you knew the sneaker boutiques that would probably be carrying it. You knew sneaker shops that other people didn't know. You know, you would do your research and be well prepared. That's how I've amassed most of my hard to get sneakers in my collection. It was, I knew where to go and I knew how to buy the sneaker. Now it just feels so random. You enter into a raffle. If they pick you, they pick you. If they don't, they don't. You know, that just feels, I don't know, it feels cheap. It feels cheap. It feels a little like I'm being cheated, but it is what it is. I say all of that, and I have these 3 shoes in front of me because I recently just tried to get the Adidas Jellyfish. Again, I went into 2 different raffles. I was scouring Twitter. I went through everything, and I still didn't get them. I tried, I think, 2 or 3 different raffles, and I didn't get them. And then probably a week or 2 later, I'm just perusing Vans because I think I got an email from them. And I came across these beauties. And I don't just buy shoes off of impulse unless it's something, unless it's like a neck jerking, unless it's like a knee jerking reaction that I have to seeing it. You know, when I see it and you immediately know. And that's how I felt about these Vans. These are, I'm not even gonna try to go over the name. It's a weird name, but these are essentially a alternate version of the Vans Old School. These shoes are so beautiful to me. They're so beautiful. The design and the construction is so amazing. It's got a knit upper. The entire upper is knit. From a distance, it looks like a black and white shoe. But if you look closely, it's got the green, what they call, I believe it's sea moss going on, and then it's got like this hint, this also faded lavender, if you will. And then the toe box has this checkerboard design as well as the heel. And it's, the closer you get, you see just how intricate of a shoe, how intricate of a design this shoe is. It cost me $110. And then 2 days later, it went on sale and I was able to get it for $65. Didn't have to enter in no scan a QR code. Didn't have to enter in some weird raffle. Didn't have to, I just saw it and I bought it at a very low price. David Bowie Slip-Ons. Yes, they were a more rare find, but it still wasn't an absolute headache to get them. I've had these for maybe like 7-8 years now. I got them by going online at the right time and getting them. That is it. I went online at the right time. I knew when they would drop and I bought them. That is it. Paisleys, same thing. A rare Vans Authentic Paisleys. I've had these for maybe a decade now. Still wear them often. Had these for a long time. You know how I got them? I went online. I knew where to go. I knew when to get online, what time they were dropping, and I bought them. That is it. None of these cost me over $200. Not one of them. I could probably sell one of them now for over $200. None of them cost me over $200, and none of them were an absolute headache to get. That just made me appreciate non-hype sneakers so much more. I already appreciated them as I got older. Again, at the risk of sounding like a boomer, as I've gotten older, I've noticed that I just don't care as much to get the hype release. I don't care as much to get the drop that there's only 30 pairs made. Like, I don't care as much. I'm gonna try, you know, like I did with the jellyfish. It's one of the most dopest shoes I've seen in a long time, and I really, really, really wanted it. And I did all my research on how to get it. And when I didn't get it, I wasn't distraught. I wasn't, you know, my world wasn't caving in on it. It was just like, all right, well, I didn't get it. It is what it is. I also did it by myself, caring enough to allow myself to get overcome with emotion if I didn't get them, because I knew I was more than likely not gonna get them. I just have such a stronger appreciation for Vans, and not just Vans. Vans are just here as an example, but you go onto sneaker boutiques like Sneaker Politics and Undefeated and stuff like that. Bypass all the bullshit of the hype release. Bypass all of that and see what these sneaker boutiques have in stock online right then and there. I guarantee you are going to find some heat, some super heat that no one has or barely anyone has, and you're gonna find it at a reasonable price. I'm talking New Balance, Saucony's, Vans, Converse, Adidas. You're gonna find so much gas on there because I always do, and it's always at a reasonable price. So I just say, don't even bypass, you know, don't just flip off hype releases. Hype releases, they're hype for a reason because they're fire shoes, all right? But just try to look elsewhere. Try your best to look elsewhere, because I guarantee you are going to find heat. I'm talking real heat, man. Like, I can't stress it enough. And it's got me thinking, well, you know, we try to protect against bots and stuff like that, and we, you know, the industry, they change up how sneaker releases are done. So do I have, you know, people like to say, you know, people say if you don't have a solution, then don't complain, or something along those lines. I don't know if this would work, but in my eyes, I don't see why we can't treat this whole, you know, sneaker drops as a made to order kind of situation. Whereas you let the customer know, hey, we're going to have a window from say 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. You have to get on our website in that window and sign up for a pair of X sneaker. So you're gonna put your name, you know, your contact information, all of that good stuff, your size, and then you are going to request a pair be made. If you don't make that window, you miss out on this drop, and that's it. This way, everyone who knows, again, going back to the whole, you know, being abreast to what it takes to get the shoe, everyone who knows how to get it, knows where to be, at what time, will be able to sign up, maybe it takes a few months to process and manufacture the order, to process and create your order, but so be it. At least you know you're getting the shoe. You know, with my Story at Fall review of the Windham boot, I had to wait months, but I knew I was getting it. So why can't it be the same with this? Why does it have to be, we only have 100 pairs and you have to enter a raffle that doesn't really seem all that, you know, secure, but that's the only option you have. Or you go pay resale, which is 5 times the price. Like, why not just make to order? 1,000 people sign up, 1,000 pairs are getting made. 10,000 people sign up, 10,000. You can still keep that rarity of your shoe by making it a who's who knows what. If you don't make it in time, that's it. You're not getting it. I would prefer more people to have my sneaker on than less, you know, and you're making more money anyway. Like 10,000 people sign up to buy a $300 shoe. That's amazing. And so I don't know, maybe I'm not thinking it all the way through. Maybe there are holes in my idea, but the current state of the sneaker game is so bad. It's so bad. It feels unfair. It feels just hopeless. You know, it feels hopeless. And I just have these Vans in here as an example because, dude, I did not have to go through hell and high water to get them, and I guarantee you ain't seen nobody. Well, you're not seeing that many people with these David Bowies or these Paisleys. Maybe these, I don't know, but you're not seeing nobody with them, you know. And it's that's how it should be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be this cryptic adventure that I have to go on in order to get a pair of shoes. I needed to rant because I feel passionately about this. As you can tell, I'm sweating. Look elsewhere, and don't go looking for a rebound sneaker. I mean, make your option A be just go to the sneaker. Go on Flight Club's website and just browse. Man, you're gonna find some shit on there in a good way. Do that, and you'll be surprised. Like, you'll be surprised at what you're gonna find. Honestly and truly, you're gonna be surprised at what you find. And I promise you, it ain't gonna cost this unless you're trying to find like some Jordan or whatever. But regular shoes, you're probably not gonna be paying that much money. I also have these Vans here because I'm gonna put together 3 outfits styling each one of them. Just to continue to show my appreciation for this brand and just for sneakers like them that don't have the craziest of hypest releases where no one gets them. So yeah, that's my rant. I appreciate you for listening. Now let's go ahead and get into these 3 outfits. All right, so here we have the first look. It's these Gap sweatpants that's part of the Dapper Dan collection. Pair that with this London Diaries navy tee from Daniel Simmons's collection. I went ahead and tucked in the shirt because I like doing that. It adds that bit of hipster vibe, and that's what I'm all about. That's what I've been about for a couple years now. But yeah, graphic tee. It's got this big old receipt. Very simple outfit, but then you see the shoes and it's like, holy shit, those are amazing. Where did you get them? These shoes are a statement piece. Yes, they're Vans Authentics, but they're a statement piece. They're Paisley. They've got the navies, the creams, the plums. That's what made me pair it with these sweats and with this shirt. And then, like I said, plum. So I figured it made a lot of sense to include this maroon beanie. But yeah, that is the first outfit. All right, and here is the second outfit. It is an all black outfit with that little bit of green and lavender popping out. But like I said, if you're from a distance, you're not even gonna be able to tell. It's just gonna be a black and white shoe. And therein lies the beauty of this whole old school. It looks like one shoe from afar, then you get up a little bit closer, then it's like, oh, it's a completely different looking shoe. $65. That's all I'm gonna say, $65. I hope I'm not sweating on camera. But yeah, this is the second outfit. These are some black denim, slim fit denim from American Eagle, my go-to for jeans. With this camp holler shirt, black, kind of woven-ish, or it's supposed to give off that woven aesthetic. Camp collar shirt that I got from Zara, H&M tank top and my Vans, and the greatest fitted that I've probably ever owned in my life, this New York Yankees cap. Not because it's the Yankees, just because this fitted is perfect. And yeah, that is the second outfit. I know you can see the sweat. It's so hot in here. And here we have the final outfit. This one is probably my favorite out of all the three because I think it's the most interesting. Olive gear pants from Uniqlo. These are relatively new. I got them this year. This Formula One shirt from PacSun. This olive, yellow, white, and black fitted from Duvin Design. And all of these colors tie in perfectly with my David Bowie slip-ons. This outfit, I think, goes hard. My monitor died, so I can't really see what it looks like, but I'm pretty sure it looks fantastic. I'm willing to bet that it looks fantastic. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah, this is the final outfit. Again, these shoes, the old schools, the authentics, all of these sneakers are so unique. They are statement pieces, you know? And again, I didn't have to go on some pirate treasure hunt to get them. I just knew, okay, they're dropping on X site at X time, and I got them. And they're rare shoes, they're unique shoes, they're gas. In my opinion, don't chase the hype sneakers. Go explore the other options. You're going to find gas. Per usual, I just would like to thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. This was a fun video. I enjoyed doing this. I don't rant much in videos, and so getting this off my chest was fun. It was enjoyable. It was therapeutic. And yeah, follow me on all the socials. I will have them all linked down below. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate you all watching, and until we put the pieces together again, happy browsing.